We're back again.
Yeah, we're back, yeah. And it's Thursday, which means you get another episode. So yay! Yeah, it would have been uploaded last week on Thursday, but YouTube was being a bitch. So you got a little late, and I apologize. But anyway, this week we're gonna talk about something I know that I struggle with, and I'm pretty sure Terry does too, because she's a softie. And that's asking for help. I have a hard time asking for help with some stuff because I don't want to be a bother to other people. I'm getting better at it, but I know sometimes I have a hard time with it because you don't want to bug sorry, I can't talk today. You don't want to bug anybody. Terry, do you have a hard time with that?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. I feel like I'm in the same boat. Like, I'll do it if most of the time I'll do it, but there are some times where I just go without stuff because I don't want to be a bother.
I do. I got one. So I'm going to utmost innocent with one and by myself.
Yeah, but I know you need help with a lot of stuff, Terry.
Yeah, to get to the bathroom, which I do, but mostly I get my own stuff. I put on my computer by myself.
Yeah, well, you can do some stuff, but I think you're in the same boat as me, is that you can do stuff on your own, but you need somebody to set that stuff up for you.
Not really.
Well, because I know when you go on your computer, you need someone to help you put your glasses on. Right?
I could do that.
Oh, I didn't know.
By myself.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Okay.
I need this. Let's say if the ball would go, I need somebody to bring up my story.
Yeah, see, so you need... Yes, Terry writes her own stories. Although they're not really her own, she just copies them. But I've been trying to get her to write her own.
It's good for my focus.
Yeah, it's good exercise. But yeah, I really think you should start writing your own stories, because I think you'd be good at it. But at any rate, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about, like we can do stuff on our own, but I know Terry and I need help with every single little thing to some extent. Like some stuff you can do on your own mostly. Like I know, like the computer stuff, once somebody sets me up with it, I'm good to go. But I need someone to set me up. I can't get my own keyboard.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that little stuff will come back to bite you in the ass. Because if you need help even a little bit with every single little thing, Jesus, eventually you're just gonna be like, fuck it, I don't want to ask somebody anymore.
And like give up on yourself.
Not really myself, I just don't want to bug anybody anymore. I feel some days, this isn't all days, but I feel some days like I'm just an egg in everybody. And especially, I mean, I don't feel as bad about it here as I did at home.
No.
I felt kind of bad for Ella, more bad about it at home because I didn't beat myself up about it every day. But I'm like, this is not my mother's job. You know, she's my mom, not my caregiver.
But you both supposed to have you do is the little bit everything, but not so much.
Yeah, I realize that, but it's like, she's my mom, not my caregiver. I don't want to make her do things because I want her to be my mother. You know, like, and when I was living at home, the last couple of years that I was living at home, when my mom and I talked about this, we had a relationship was really tense because we sort of blurred the line between caregiver and mother, so it was very
difficult.
Yeah, it was like we fought a lot more, you know, and it's like here I don't feel so bad asking for help. I mean, there are some days I still feel bad, like when they're really busy, but here they're getting paid and it's their job. It is literally their job to help me out.
Yes.
So I don't feel as bad because it's their job. I mean, as weird as it sounds to say, like, my mother taking care of me isn't her job. It is, but it isn't. There's a line there that if you cross it, like, you lose the whole.
Too much.
You lose the mother-daughter relationship. Yeah, you lose that a little bit. So, you know, that was hard for me. And for my mother. I mean, I don't know about you, Terry. Do you feel that sometimes with your mom and your sisters that you cross the line between caregiver and family?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. And
sometimes I said to myself, one me.
Well, see, but it's not about you at that point. It's about them.
Yeah, but one me asking for stuff at that point in time.
Yeah, like what? Why do you have to do it now?
Yes.
And I know for me, I have really bad timing. I mean, I don't mean to have bad timing, but I do. I have really bad timing when asking for things. Like, I'll be like, in my room, I'll be like, Mom, I need X, Y, or Z, or whatever. And she's like, Jesus, Vicky, I, like, just sat down. And I didn't realize she just sat down. But then I'm like, God, why didn't I, like, not see that? Although sometimes I do see that and I just don't think. Like at the dinner table, I don't really think about it. I'm getting better at it though. But here and doing it when people aren't sitting, I just have really bad timing with the universe. It sucks, and then I feel bad because, for example, if she's on the couch and I'm in my room and I need something and she just sat down to read a book, I'm like, dude, why did I have to do it just then, just when she sat? Not that I realized she just sat, but then I feel bad. I'm like, Jesus. Oh yeah. So So I think what you gotta learn, I think, and train yourself to do, and I have a hard time with this because of my learning disorder and just because I live in a frothy pink world where I don't think of things. And half the time I just prance around like, tra-la-la, the world is fabulous and full of bunnies. But you gotta, like, think about what you need ahead of time. And I think living here has really helped with that. Because they don't know. Like, when I lived with my parents, and Terry, I'm sure with you it's the same thing, they lived with me for, like, a shitload of years.
Yeah.
And they've known me for literally my entire life.
Yeah.
So they were able to anticipate what I needed because they lived with me and were my parents. When you move into a place like the Everstone, like I live here, they don't know you. Okay, like they're willing to learn, but they don't know what you need, so you have to ask. And it's like, for the first couple of days, it was really hard for me because I wasn't used to asking for every little thing because I never had to. Because my parents just knew what I needed with meals or to help get dressed or whatever. Like, the people here knew to some extent because obviously they knew my care, but I had to train everybody in who works on this floor. And that was really helpful, I think, in me learning to take care of myself. And I mean, I've had to train people before, but not to this extent. Because when I was at school and had to train my aides, my parents were there to help. Like, if my aides had questions, they, my parents came into school and told them, or they'd have meetings, and I know they're going to do that here, but my parents live further away now, and I'm an adult, so I have to do it myself. So I think that was really helpful. Because for the first time in ever, they weren't there to help train the aides.
No.
I wasn't just a puppet. Like when we trained the aides at home, or when I went off to university for a year and a half, they did the training sessions, and I was kind of like a puppet. I was just there to, be the body that they moved around, and they sort of took the reins on that. So, which I was fine with, because they knew how to do it, and stuff. But, yeah, I think the best thing to do in order to train yourself, if you're living with your parents, the best way to train yourself to be fully independent is, like, first of all, GTFO, which stands for get the fuck out. So get the fuck out of the house so that you're forced to do it. Because I know that if I wasn't forced to do it, I would have never trained myself to do it. Because there'd be no reason. And I've been that way my entire life. If there's somebody I can abdicate to, I do that. Because it's easier, and I don't want to screw it up. So if I abdicate it to somebody else, they're not going to screw it. I'm not going to screw up. They're the ones going to screw up. Terry, did you have anything to add? Because we're running out of time.
No.
Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Goodbye.
Don't forget to subscribe and leave comments because that would make us happy. Toodles.